I would. Hey everybody, thanks for coming out today. As Dave mentioned earlier, I was in the film Blackfish. I was brought to work for SeaWorld because I had learned about this whale called Shamu, who was a southern resident female that ended up dying very young at SeaWorld of California. One of the reasons we have this problem smacking us in the face today is because the collection period for SeaWorld, who published a paper in 1977 by Ed Asper and Company, SeaWorld itself said they removed 66 animals from these waters. Most of those were southern residents. The collection period happened from about 1961 to 1976. 66 animals gone, which corresponds precisely with the construction of the 4 lower Snake River dams. The reason why that's important is because when you take 50 or 60 members out of a population, you don't see the impacts because that population only needs 50 or 60% less food to eat. So, you know, the orcas tried to come back after the young breeders were taken out by SeaWorld, essentially. And when they tried to come back, they simply did not have enough calories or nutrition. I'm a medical doctor. I work with patients that have stroke and head injuries on a daily basis. An analogy I like to share with people is that a dam is essentially an embolic stroke for a river. If you've had a grandparent that has passed away from a stroke or complications from a stroke, maybe they've lost the ability to move their bodies, it's because a little embolus was flicked out of their vascular system and lodges in their brain. And if you look at that brain under MRI, what you see is just a territory of destruction. And that's the same thing that these dams are doing to the entire Pacific West ecosystem. If Governor Inslee, the Senators Murray and Cantwell and President Obama want to make a decision on this, they can be responsible for the greatest watershed recovery for sure in the United States, but maybe in the history of the world. So I thank SeaWorld for getting me involved with killer whales. I thank the southern residents for literally, I moved here a year later after meeting Howie and Ken in 1996, and now the age of these deadbeat dams has come to an end. It's up to us to make change now. We don't have time for 5 more years of studies. Some of the NGOs that are involved have just been kind of riding this wave, and it's time for everybody to step up and demand breaching now. Thank you. I hope we can pull this off.